Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Ring Rants with our 2021 Royal Rumble prediction video. In this video, we are going to talk about the Women's Tag Team Championship title match between Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Asuka, and Charlotte Flair. And the match go as followed. I believe that Ric Flair will cost Charlotte the match, and she will drop the titles to Shayna and Nia Jax. What are your thoughts?
I think that's pretty spot on. That's kind of what they're leaning towards with this weird story of Lacey and Ric Flair. So it's very well possible Lacey comes out with Rick and they do some distraction thing, and then that ends up costing the match. So
Rick is so cringe, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cringe right now, but whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, I think it makes sense that they dropped the title now, even though they just won it recently. This way, Charlotte can focus on her feud with Lacey, and then Asuka can focus on feuding with Alexa. So I agree. I'm in agreement. Charlotte and Asuka lose the titles.
Okay, the next match we want to talk about.
Wait.
Alex.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Great Speed Racer. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think most likely they'll lose the titles. But my question is this. They just won the titles. So, I mean, there's a decent chance that there's a small chance that they may still hold on to them. I mean, of course, yeah, obviously there would be a chance that they hold on to them. But my point is this. Why would they just have them drop the titles if they just won them?
Because they don't need them to get over. Put them over to somebody else who could use them.
Yeah, they are Charlotte and Asuka after all. So
that's true.
It's not like they need the tag titles. Asuka's now multiple time tag champion, and then she just needed a partner to take on Nia and Shayna, and with Charlotte coming back from her injury, you're certainly not going to have Charlotte Flair lose a match like that, coming back. So it makes sense that they have the titles, and you give them a little run here, and you give everyone else that they, face a little rub as far as like, oh, look how good Ruby and Liv are. They just wrestled Charlotte and Asuka. So that's my guess of what they did this for. Shayna and Nia will win it back, and then someone else will eventually dethrone them.
Has Shayna ever had any type of title before?
NXT Women's.
Women's.
Well, on the main roster?
The tag titles.
Okay. So she's had it before.
That's who they wanted off of, Alex.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Anyways, moving on. But yeah.
The next match that we want to talk about is the Women's Royal Rumble match. Who do you think will win? I would like to see either Alexa Bliss doing her spooky magic and doing all that craziness, maybe win. I would like to see either Bianca Belair as my go-to pick, and possibly Rhea Ripley could win it and get called up to the main roster.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I can see that Ripley pick, because she's really done pretty much everything in NXT at this rate. What's next for her? It would be Raw or SmackDown. So I can see kind of just this mega push off the back for her. Yeah, that'd be fun. I'd be all for her winning. Same with Bianca, absolutely talented, absolutely great wrestler. So, additional to those two, I can see. I said it in the last video, but like Nia Jax, oh God, I can see her winning it. I can see her winning it, unfortunately. Just because she always just seems to be right there in the picture, and you just can't get her away from it. So it makes me think that one day they'll pull the trigger on it and finally like, okay, yeah, here's your big moment. You won the Rumble. Now you're going to go face whatever champion you want. Well, what will be a sign maybe to kind of see where things go is the winner of that, the women's tag team title match. If, say, Shayna and Nia don't win, then that makes me think even more so that either Shayna or Nia end up winning the Rumble. So, I don't know. To me, it seems connected in that way, or at least a more of a possibility.
How wild would it be if Lana comes back in the Rumble and eliminates Nia Jax?
I could totally see it happening. I mean, they got to pay off that feud somehow after Lana getting thrown through the table like a dozen times and, not really having that moment where she finally gets one up on the bully, on the bad guy. So I can see them doing that. Nia is all like, what are you doing here? And like somehow she gets rid of Nia. Oh, that'd be hilarious actually. So that could be one of the comedic spots of the Rumble. So, I doubt she wins it. Like, no. Lana shouldn't win the Rumble, not even close.
Yeah.
So,
I could, like you said, I could see, they always add comedy to the match. So I feel like that has potential to have a funny moment, but it would be stupid to have her win.
Right.
You'll have Alexa spooky magic to be the funniness.
What's that?
You'll have Alexa.
Is it funny or just creepy? Like it's.
Oh no, I thought you said Lana.
I'm talking about like you said, like Lana would be funny. But I'm saying you're probably gonna get some funny stuff with Alexa doing her spooky magic.
Well, you could, but it may be more creepy if that's the direction her character's heading.
Yeah. I think it's creepy funny.
Okay.
Maybe. Each their own. Different strokes for different folks.
So whoever wins the women's Rumble, how likely do you think they'll face the Raw champion or SmackDown champion? Like, who do you think they'll pick?
I think it really just comes down to who wins the Rumble. If it's someone like Nia, I can see her going after Asuka because there's history there.
Yeah, true.
If it's someone like Shayna, again, I can see her going after Asuka because there's history. If you start going down the names, then, if it, like, say, Bayley wins, she's going after Sasha. Like, that's no question in my mind. She's going after Sasha with it. Bianca Belair, probably going after Sasha. And that's kind of like a dream match right there. Sasha awesome. versus Bianca. Honestly, another good one would be Bianca and Charlotte. If they can find a way to get those two to wrestle like a full out match, not the little thing that they got at one point, but like a full out one-on-one match. That'd be boy. But it really just comes down to who wins it. I think once we know who that winner is, you can probably almost bet on which one they pick. But there's not too many that make me think like they could go either way. Like unless if you do something completely outside the box, like a Ruby Riott, like she could go after whoever and
I would
make sense.
Ruby Riott win.
Oh, me too. I love me some Ruby Riott. But like someone like her, or I'll throw out Liv Morgan, or who else is out there that's even feasible to win. But going back to Tim's thought, Rhea could be the one that you can make it go either way, because like Rhea versus Asuka sounds pretty sweet, but also Rhea versus Sasha Banks also sounds really good too. So I guess if Rhea was in it and wins it, that one you could be a toss up which way she goes.
Yeah.
She doesn't really have a history with Asuka, doesn't really have a history with Sasha. You can go about it either way.
So, any surprise? Well, Rhea Ripley would be a surprise entrant, but any other surprise entrants?
Surprise people? That's always tough to predict. I mean, you maybe you throw in a couple of legends. Maybe Alita. I'd like to see Victoria. It's been a while since we've seen Victoria. That'd be pretty cool.
Eva Marie.
Oh, no.
It's possible.
No, I said legends, not.
Well, she's not a legend, but I'm just saying surprise entrance. She's no legend by any means. But.
No. She should stay far away from a wrestling ring. I'm so sorry, but no.
I wouldn't put it past them, though, for her to come back.
Yeah, she comes back, and then she gets, like, a moment, and then she gets eliminated. That's it.
So who would be the first entrant? Who would be the last entrant, in your opinion?
First entrant?
Or one of the first, I should say. Like, top 5.
I want to see Bianca Belair go the distance.
I mean, it fits her character. So.
Even though she was number 1 last year.
Yeah. So it wouldn't make it would be kind of silly to do that again.
Yeah.
I could see one.
Or one of the first.
Yeah. Well, I mean, someone's going to be, and there's going to be a handful that are in the first like 5 or 6. So it's really hard to kind of pick that who's going to be there. But
yeah,
well, once you see the first 2, then you can start kind of piecing together. Maybe if like the first 2, they're part of the team, maybe that person, the rest of the team comes later or something. Like if it's like Ruby 1 and Tamina 2, maybe expect Liv Morgan at 6 or 7 or something. I don't know. You could do something like that, but it's hard to predict where.
Yeah, it's such a crapshoot. But you know what? I just got this weird feeling that it's going to be either. It's going to be. I just got this weird feeling that it's going to be some surprise entrant at number 1 or some legend at number 1.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a way to kick it off.
Natalya will probably start at number 1.
Maybe. And okay, who would you put at 30 or one of the last entrants? Ripley, maybe.
Yeah.
I'd like to see her get in a little earlier. Not 30 though. 30's
maybe
a little
25.
Becky Lynch number 30.
Oh, Becky.
That'd be awesome.
You know what? Because 30. 30 should be, depending what they do with that spot, should be either the person. If it's the person that wins, then it's got to be someone who can convincingly throw, a couple people over the rope. So, if that's the case, then you want to put like a Nia or a Shayna or a Bianca at 30. If you do that,
yeah.
But if 30 just is like the last hurdle for the person who ends up winning, then that spot can be for anyone. Again, it's very hard to pinpoint where people could be because usually it's kind of random anyways. There's only particular reasons why certain wrestlers are in certain spots, whether it's a story thing or a comedy thing, there's usually no rhyme or reason. It's everyone else, other than maybe like 6 or 7, 8 at most spots, like everyone else is kind of just like a crapshoot.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it hard to have that kind of conversation because it's 80% of the field is up there.
So who do you think's most likely to win, and who's your long shot pick
for the women's?
Yeah,
most likely to win, Nia. Like I was saying, a long shot. I would say long shot only because she just kind of got there and it's just getting established, but Bianca Belair. Even though she's true in the like technical sense, like she's a phenomenal wrestler, she's not a long shot match. But the fact that she's so new to the scene, that makes her the long shot because you expect someone who's been in the Rumble or been around longer. Well, that's what I'm going with.
Okay, good picks. I think I got this weird feeling. I don't know why, but I'm going Mandy Rose to win it all. Because I don't know.
Is that your long shot pick or?
Yeah, long shot. I just feel like they haven't really done too much with her, I feel like. So I feel like it would be interesting to see someone win it that you wouldn't expect.
Who would she challenge then?
What's that?
Who would she go after then?
I don't know. It's a good question. Does she have history with either of them?
With neither champion. Neither champion. No.
I like to see her go up against Asuka.
Makes sense. Keep it on the show. Yeah.
And and then what's that?
Who's your most likely to win pick then?
Most likely, I'd say I'm feeling Belair.
A lot of us saying Belair, one way or the other.
I've been saying Belair.
Sorry, I took your guys' pick.
No, it just shows where she's at as far as her standing and things.
My dark horse would be Alexa.
I could see that. That'd be cool.
We doing the same for the men's?
Yeah.
All right. My like most likely to win pick Daniel Bryan, just like last time I said. They seem to be building his Rumble story the longest. So that kind of makes me think that he's gonna win it because they started with his first. It could just be that's who they started with, but plus part of me is thinking like at some point he's got a couple kids now. He's not like old in wrestling years, but
he's only 40.
Yeah, but maybe he feels like he wants to be a dad or something. And that's the one thing he hasn't done in WWE yet, has been winning the Royal Rumble. So it would be kind of nice to see him win the Rumble. I can totally see it.
I could see Daniel Bryan win.
That would be such a feel-good moment. That'd be awesome.
Especially now that he's a face again.
You'd have to hold me down, guys, when we watch this, because I'm gonna lose my you know what if he wins. So
I know he's a big obvious pick because of the way they're setting it up and stuff, and I feel like he'll be one of the first entrants. I feel like maybe not necessarily one, but I feel like he'll be like somewhere in the top 5. And like just go through the whole Rumble like hour or whatever, however long the match lasts, and he'll give it all he has all the way to the end there. I could definitely see him winning it, but here's a scenario for you, and you probably won't like this, but just a warning.
Breaking my heart.
I got this weird feeling that Lesnar's going to come back and just
my God.
destroy like half the opponents and like toss like everyone left and right out of that ring.
Oh my God! Just like last year's. Then who comes out and saves us this time because Drew McIntyre is not in the Rumble?
John Cena.
I don't want that to happen, but I could see it happening, man.
So is that like your like surefire pick or what? Or are you just like purposely trying to break my heart?
That's my medium long shot pick. I mean, because I just feel that I don't know. I just got this weird feeling that something like that's going to happen. He's going to win the Rumble and go up against Reigns, Be like, hey, I'm Paul Heyman's guy. You're not.
God,
And then
that would be just so bad.
I really hope, again, I don't want this to happen. I don't want this to happen.
The problem is you've said this in videos before and it's happened, so it gets me
Don't
scared.
hurt me. Don't kick my ass if it does happen.
What about surprise entrants? I like to see Damian Priest. I like to see Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
I'm digging Damian Priest. I think that'd be pretty awesome.
Timothy Thatcher would be cool in the Rumble.
Thatcher's not too bad. I wouldn't get him in this one, but it's all right. Maybe Priest and Kyle O'Reilly. Because he's been getting pushed to the freaking moon on NXT. So I like to see him get a little chance in there. I mean, we had Adam Cole, in a Rumble. So now
at least one Undisputed Era person in there.
Yeah. So as far as like NXT guys, yeah, I can see Damian Priest, Kyle O'Reilly.
Seth Rollins will return.
Yeah, I can see that.
Rollins would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then that also makes you think, does Becky for the women's? But who knows? Rollins would be pretty cool. Yeah, we don't know what Strowman's doing.
He'll be back most likely.
Probably not winning it because he hasn't been seen in how long since Raw Underground stopped.
What about Cena?
I think if he shows up, it's just like hey, it's John Cena. Maybe eliminate some of like the lesser wrestlers that weren't winning at all. But he gets used as like a platform for another wrestler. So
CM Punk.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, okay, he said it. He said it. CM Punk in a wrestling video, so we have to talk about it. That's just what you do. But if Punk comes back in the Rumble, not only does the internet break and possibly like world peace is achieved and stuff like that, but like if he comes back in the Rumble, he's winning the Rumble.
There's no question.
There is no shot that he does not win. Like, oh my god, that's your dream. You'd have me losing my shit because like my favorite's right there.
Who do you root for?
Well, obviously Daniel Bryan, he's my favorite, but I'm also very, very well aware that Punk is right there too. And this is his first time in wrestling in a long time, so I'm like, all right, Daniel, you made a good run of it. So
yeah, I mean, I understand obviously the era that we're living in. And you can't have the fans there, but that would be one of those moments, man. Oh, I just so wish that. Just imagine that live pop he would get, man.
I mean, just imagine the reaction we're gonna have and how loud that's gonna be.
Oh yeah,
we might.
That doesn't mean fans can't enjoy it from the safety of their own homes, of course. But
right.
But yeah.
I mean, you gotta throw it out there. It's a significant, pay-per-view, a big time.
One of my all-time favorites, man.
Yeah, so
just like imagine, like you said, Punk and Bryan come face to face. Like,
oh yeah,
you might I might faint, and you might need to resuscitate me. Like
that would be so awesome.
That's how excited I would be. But okay. That's magical Christmas land thinking. So. But back to reality, like I shared my like realistic surefire pick. I think did you?
Dark horse would be the Fiend, of course, but I could see most likely the Fiend will help Edge eliminate Orton out of the Rumble.
Mm-hmm. Well, now who's your pick to win the whole thing, or
Daniel Bryan?
The most likely. Okay, there you go. All right, Alex.
So I got 2 long shot picks. I think I said Brock Lesnar as a medium long shot, but I got 2 long shot picks. And they are Keith Lee, because he's super over, and this would be a mega push. Like, he would definitely, it would be so awesome to see him go to the next level. And I think the fans can get behind Lee winning it. And my other pick, long shot pick, would be The Miz, just because, yeah, I know he probably has a few more years left in him, but I think that he may not be wrestling too much longer, and I would like to see him get one more title run before he retires. And I feel like, yeah, he's still pretty healthy, but because I don't think he's ever really had any 2 major injuries.
No, not at all, because that's not his style.
Which is good. But I feel like with him, he wants to pursue other things. I feel like he'll have a lot of opportunities outside of wrestling. So I just feel like even though he probably has at least a few more years in him, maybe more.
I think he's got a lot more than a few years, dude. The thing is with Miz, like, his style doesn't really lend him too much for injuries. And remember this too, lately he's been doing a lot more like mic work and promos and stuff like that.
And it all depends on how, like, if the Miz were to win the Rumble, it all depends on how he does if he still has the Money in the Bank, because he's been threatening to
That's true too. Yeah, he does have Money in the Bank, so I guess it wouldn't make much sense for him to win the Rumble if he has Money in the Bank. But
you can see a situation he cashes in and fails, right?
Oh yeah.
Then goes into the Rumble and wins the Rumble to make up for the failed cash in. So you could,
he's so pissed that he goes on a rage fit.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't share my long shot. Jeff Hardy. Pick my 2 favorites, but that's another wrestler.
Give him one more title run.
Yeah, that's definitely up there. And we're talking about wrestling styles. Like, Jeff, completely reckless with his wrestling style. He's got more. He's got kids. He's got family. So, and the interesting thing to keep in mind is, if you were watching interviews with Jeff as he's coming back, he talked about working with Roman Reigns, really wanting to work a story with Roman Reigns. So was that just Jeff being like, yeah, this is who I'd really like to work with? Or was he kind of foreshadowing, a little bit? All I know is if Jeff wins the Rumble, that's another person I'm losing my cool for. So that's another one you're going to have to hold me down for.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I hate to say it, but I just got this weird feeling that Lesnar's going to win. He's going to come back and win. I hope I'm wrong.
And I can't do what I did at Money in the Bank and walk out because I'm home.
Please don't kick my ass if that comes true.
That happens. The minute he wins, I'm looking right over to you and probably throwing whatever food I have.
I don't want it to happen. I just got this strange feeling that it's going to happen.
I want to see The Miz hit Brock Lesnar with the briefcase and hit him with a skull-crushing finale and cash in on Goldberg.
Hopefully Lesnar's still stuck in Canada.
I mean, not Lesnar, Goldberg. I want to see The Miz attack Goldberg.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, but same for my pick. Maybe Lesnar's still stuck in Canada.
Over him. That way it'll be like, oh, The Miz pinned Goldberg.
That'd be interesting.
If you said that sentence 10, 15 years ago, that would be like, what? Excuse me? The Miz?
That'd be actually a pretty cool scenario. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. So, real quick, what do you think of Nakamura's chances?
Pretty good now that he's a babyface.
I'd give him less than 10% at this point. He's already won it, and they didn't. And he had a decent match with AJ at WrestleMania, but
then he turned heel.
Yeah.
What do you think of AJ Styles' chances?
Better than Nakamura's.
Okay.
That'd be kind of a cool little thing. I mean, he made his debut in the Rumble. So
Yeah, 5 years ago.
Yeah,
Full circle.
Let him win the Rumble.
That'd be pretty cool.
Certainly another thing to do, to add to his career, because right now you can call him the journeyman wrestler because he's been everywhere. So
he's been everywhere, man. What do you think of Edge's chances?
No.
No chance. No chance at all.
No. He doesn't need to win the Rumble. They're going to continue this.
Won it before, so.
Yeah, but he was also a full-time wrestler back then. He's not a full-time wrestler now.
Yeah, he ain't winning. He'll come close. He'll be in the final 4.
Mm-hmm.
You think so?
Yeah.
I feel like he'll be entering like 27 or something.
I just want to see Edge, eliminate Orton, get revenge with the help with the Fiend, like I said.
That would be a really interesting dynamic. I could see that happening.
Final thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's going to be, obviously it's going to be different, but I think it's still going to be a great show. And the Rumble is my favorite event, and I look forward to it every year. So I'm just looking forward to enjoying it with my buddies, you guys. How about you guys? Any final thoughts, Jerry Springer style?
Nope.
It should be a great show. Obviously, it's going to be different without fans, but hey, what are you going to do?
We've been dealing with that since WrestleMania, so it's no different now.
Well, WrestleMania is supposed to have fans this year, but it's still too risky to go there.
I'm not a fan of that idea at all. Whatever.
So anyways, let us know your thoughts. Do you agree, disagree with us? Let us know. Like, follow, subscribe. You're watching Ring Rants.
See ya.
First.
Bye.